When will you learn how to address a lady?
When I meet one.
What's the matter, honey?
Does every message from you have to come through that pig?
Loma? Why, Lee, you know Loma's the best there is with gun and muscle.
I know about the muscle. Look at that.
He put his hands on you.
He invited me up here the same way he throws out drunks.
Don't worry, I'll see these tapes away from you after this.
Sure, Brett. You wanted to see me. What do you want?
Haven't you forgotten something?
What?
This.
Oh, please, I'm sorry, but not now. Please. You always have to spoil it.
I've got to know that you love me. There can't be any doubt now, Lee, do you?
Please, you're hurting me.
Do you love me, Lee? You used to now. Do you love me?
I want to. Oh, I want to. Brett, have you forgotten that love also means having respect for the other person's feelings?
I'm sorry, Lee. It's just that I couldn't stand to lose you, that's all.
May I go now?
Yes. I'll see you later.
Yes.
Tell Loma I want to speak to him.
See you.
You want me?
Yes, Loma, will you sit down, please? I'd like your opinion on something.
Why, sure, Brett. Anything I can do.
Take a look at these.
Sure. You coming out of your mind?
Not me, you did when you put your hands on Lee.
Now, you got me all wrong.
I got exactly what you are, and I have for a long time. Now, you get this, and you get it good. The next time you touch her, you're going to find yourself with a head full of lead.
Okay, Brett. Okay. But you didn't have to set me up with that paper trick.
It's just to let you know I can outthink you anytime I want to. Hi there, Lee.
Bent, where have you been?
Oh, moving around easy. What's the matter? You got troubles?
Nothing I can't handle. You're 2 months since we saw you last. I was beginning to think you'd taken a dislike to our fair village. How are you, Vint?
I'm fine. But I asked first. No scars, I see.
Please don't. You going to be with us long?
No, not long. I'm delivering some books to settlement, not far north of here.
Books?
Yeah, school books. I ran into this man down at Jolly's Post about 6 months ago. He and his people buy their supplies there. Funny talking folks. They call themselves Quakers. Anyway, seems they're the only people out here that think it's more important to teach a kid how to read and write than it is to shoot a gun. The books were late in arriving, so I told this man I'd drop them off for him.
What man?
This Quaker fella, named Thomas. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Well, nothing wouldn't turn you that pale.
Well, it's just, I haven't had anything to eat today. We've been so busy. Really, it's nothing. It's just that I'm just so tired.
Go on back, Ed.
What's Bonner doing with your girl? Want me to take care of him, and it'd be a pleasure. Now, if I caught anybody messing with my girl...
Fred,
You haven't had your dinner yet, have you, Lee? Well, why don't you go on back? I'll entertain Mr. Bonner while you're gone.
Hello, Brett. I see you still have your bulldog with you.
Nice to see you again, Bent.
You mind if I lean against the bar? I had a long ride today.
Well, I hope you can stay longer this time.
Why?
Well, I thought perhaps we could get to be better friends.
Better than what?
You and Lee have a nice talk?
If you call talking about the weather having a nice talk, we did.
Wonderful girl, isn't she?
Did you find that out before or after you beat her up?
Oh, you know about that.
I know about that.
Well, that was 3 months ago. I'm very sorry about it. We're really very happy now. You can ask Lomer if you don't believe me.
If I'm going to ask anyone, I'll ask Lee. She'd tell me the truth.
That's all right, Lomer. Bonner's been on the trail all day. He's a little bit shaky, that's all.
I don't need your help. As for you, Lomer, I just don't like you. I never did. So anytime you're ready.
Oh, come on, Vint. Let's wash down the past. Look, have a little drink on me. Come on.
I don't like you either. I never did like women beaters. Keep your drink.
This is the beginning.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thomas, that I was a week late in getting here.
We prayed that we would live to see this day. The weeks to us are but moments. To the children, they are eternities. Already their hearts are full. Now they will begin to learn more of the world and their place in it. But forgive me, friend. Thee surely is tired from thy journey. Come into our home.
Thank you.
I would we could pay thee for thy service.
Well, I told thee that... I told you I was coming by this way anyway. I enjoy doing it.
Won't thee stay with us a while and let us repay thee in the ways we can?
There is much a man like thee could teach the children.
I'm afraid there's some things you wouldn't want them taught.
Friend, the beliefs we live by make us happy. We do not say that others must believe the same. We only hope that they too will find peace.
That's a very generous attitude.
We believe that today's generosity and patience are the beginning of tomorrow's success.
Thee will stay for supper.
Smells too good not to. But I'll have to leave right afterwards.
We are sorry. Jeremy, would thee set the table?
Let me.
No, friend. Thee is a guest.
Well, let the guest be a friend. I'll bet school doesn't start, Jeremy, till you've read each book twice.
Great minds who took the time to record the good and the bad of life so that we might learn to tell one from another.
Mr. Bonner, would thee bring the candles from the desk?
Of course. this?
That's our daughter, Emily. Lovely, isn't she?
Where is she now?
She's dead. These past few years now.
It was a great loss, Mr. Bonner.
Lee, I'd like to talk to you. Privately.
Private here.
Not private enough. Please.
All right. We can talk in Brett's office.
Lee, I just came from the home of some people named Thomas. Jeremy Thomas.
So?
There was a picture of a girl on the mantel in their home. Their daughter. She looked exactly like you.
It was me. So now you know.
All right, I know, but I don't understand.
Did you tell them about me?
No. I wanted to be sure.
Thank you. Are they happy?
They're fine. Why, Lee?
It doesn't matter now. Believe me, it's much better this way.
You mean Brett Dixon is better than...
He loves me, Vint.
He loves you. That's love. Break a girl's arm, black her eye, beat her up. That's love.
You just don't know his other side. That was 3 months ago.
And you do.
I'm not sure anymore. I loved him very deeply in the beginning, I know that.
The beginning. When was that?
My family had sent me to school back in Missouri. One day I was walking in the country just outside of town, and I was hit by a carriage. Brett's. I almost died. He was so wonderful. So tender. He never left my side in all those critical months. We fell in love.
I see.
It was true. I loved him. I didn't want to be separated from him. And yet I knew that I could never bring a man like that, a gambler, back home with me. I had him send word to my people that I was dead. I wanted to be with him. That was all that mattered. Then after we came out here, I saw the way that he changed. I don't know. Maybe it was greed. But I couldn't desert him any more than he could me when I needed him. I prayed that my love could change him back.
And it turns out that you're the one who changed.
I know. That's why I can't let my people know I'm alive. Don't you see? They have strong principles. To them, I'm dead. And it's better that way. They'd never take me back now.
I think they would.
No. Don't you see? If I left Brett, he'd become as brutal and inhuman as Lomer.
He's no different than Lomer now. Just better dressed.
I can't believe that.
Lee, I think you mean you don't want to let yourself believe it. Let me take you home.
No. I must keep trying.
But Lee, if you...
Please. Let's go.
I think I like you better this way, out in the open.
Lee is my woman, Bonner. Give you exactly 5 minutes to get out of this town alive.
Brett, we were just talking.
Go ahead, Bonner. Follow through. I just love that. Lomer, take her to her room. Lock the door.
You're good at beating up women. Or when the odds are with you.
I think I couldn't handle you without this gun.
Looks like we're not going to have the chance to find out, doesn't it?
I just want you out of this town quick. If you ever come back again, I'll put a bullet right through your head. Now move out.
You like it? Does it feel good?
Get him out of here.
Come on.
We should have killed him.
No. It'd attract too much attention. Besides, he knows I will next time. Let's look in on our little two-timer. Give me the key.
He's gone.
He's riding double. Pete would never give him a horse without my permission. Riding double, but where to?
When I heard him, Bonner said something about taking her home. The way he sounded, he must have just come from there.
Wait a minute. Any Quakers living around here?
Ed might know.
Yeah, Ed would know.
That's far enough, Bonner.
What do you want, Lomer?
Get on off that horse or I'll shoot him out from under you.
You might have to do just that.
That's where you're wrong, Bonner. Get down, Lee.
Hold on, Lee. Hold on tight.
He's dead, isn't he? Isn't he?
I'm afraid so.
Because of me.
That's not true, Lee. He was a man who was bound to end up just the way he has. It's not your fault, you understand?
It's not as easy as that. Don't you see? How can I go home now? I let them think I was dead. And now with blood on my hands, how can I...
Lee, listen to me. Things happen we have no control over. Sometimes what you think of as evil is just an accident. Can you see that?
Will you help me? I don't think I can do it alone.
Of course I will.
I don't understand. I can hardly believe it.
I know it's a shock, Mrs. Thomas, but that's the whole story, just the way we told you. Mr. Thomas, the other day you said that today's patience and generosity are the beginning of tomorrow's success.
Thee is right, Mr. Bonner. Anna, that which was lost is found. She who was dead is alive. Welcome home, daughter.
As the railroads moved west, so did the cattle trails. And often as not, they left towns that once roared like a lion, but now lived out their days as sleepy as a sun-baked cat. Sand City was such a town, and my friend Marshal Roy Stanton had earned his right to enjoy its peace and quiet.
You Marshal Roy Stanton?
That's right.
I don't like your town. Get your dirty feet off the table. I might want to use it.
Mr. Bardeen wants service. You hear? Now get behind the bar where you belong.
You say Bardeen? Bardeen of the B-Bar-B down in Texas. I hear tell you used to be pretty rough on the B-Bar-Bs.
There's a crew old Bart Bardeen had. Hey, wait a minute. I bet you're his boy Bud he used to talk about. He's Mr. Bardeen to you, old man. Tell him, Bud.
My dad said this is one town that couldn't be treed. I don't believe that.
Now I'm going to tell you the same thing I used to tell your daddy. You have your fun, but don't shove.
Mr. Bardeen likes good whiskey.
I think Mr. Bardeen had better get it in some other town. Well, Vent Bonner.
Roy, how are you?
So you're the great Vent Bonner.
Well, I'm Bonner. Just leave it at that.
Hey, now you got your big one, bud. That right, Bonner? You a big one? Or do you just sit around with the old man there talking about how big you used to be?
Son, why don't you just leave it alone?
Mr. Bonner! I don't feel like leaving it alone. I feel like tearing this town apart.
I'll buy you boys a drink. Maybe you'll feel better.
I'll handle it.
I'll kill you for that! With what? You want a reputation, don't use me.
I'm not going to be using this shoulder for a while. You say you knew the boy's father, huh?
Yeah, he was a big man. He was tough, quiet. He was honest, though. Ben, I'm worried about that kid with Bud. He's going to beat it straight back to Bardeen. He's going to lie about this killing to save his own hide. They're going to be looking for you.
I got a right to explain how it happened.
Ben, you can't just tell a man his son has to be killed. Not until he's had time to think.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I'll play it your way.
Best, man.
I'll let you know where I am in case they want me. Peligroso, a young, dangerous one. Time healed my shoulder, but not the mark of that needless killing. I made up my mind. I picked up Bud's things Art had been holding and started the long ride south. The B-Bar B had been a big and important spread, but it looked as though time had changed that, too. Holster's a little low for you. And your gun's a little heavy.
What do you want?
I'm looking for the owner of this place.
You found me.
Oh, well, I heard you were taking on hands.
Now, the gunman, huh? There's been a dozen like you around here since the word got out.
Well, I'm afraid you got me wrong, miss.
Well, right or wrong, you're too late. I've already hired a man to kill Vent Bonner. No Bardeen ever sent a man away hungry. Go on around to the bunkhouse and wash up.
Thank you.
What'd you say your name was?
Well, I didn't say, but will Jones do?
All right, Jones.
Thank you.
Bang, bang. All day, every day. Best ranch in the country falling apart by the minute, and she's banging away on tin cans.
Where's the rest of the crew?
Rest of the crew quit. That's where they are. Them that didn't quit when Bud was riding roughshod over everybody quit when she started hiring killers. Been on this ranch 30 years. I can't stand it no more. Watching her killing herself with hatred. Why, I used to hold that girl when she was a baby.
Hired guns come high.
High enough she spent ever since she had trying to pay them.
Well, whoever she's paying isn't doing the job.
How could you know that?
Because I'm Vent Bonner, and I'm not that hard to find, and no one's looking for me.
That's a poor joke, friend.
Take a look at that bedroll. Bud's gun's in there. Some of his other things.
I ought to kill you.
Not with an empty gun, you won't.
You knew it was empty. How come you're so all-fired anxious to take it away from me?
I don't like a gun pointed at me. Even an empty one. When Bud held it, it wasn't empty.
Well, Jones, I don't know what to think. All I get around here for 3 months is Vint Bonner, Vint Bonner, Vint Bonner. Oh, how come you throwed that name at me?
Because that's my name.
If you was Vint Bonner, what would you be doing here?
Maybe trying to prove that I didn't kill a boy in cold blood.
Won't do you no good. Not with her, anyway.
But with you?
Ever raise a colt? Looked like he was going to be the best gall-daring cow horse in the whole country. In spite of anything you could do, he turned out to be a killer.
That was Bud.
He wasn't no good, I know that. I think maybe Laurie knows it too, but if she admits it, it's like admitting she failed at something she had to do.
Another killing isn't going to cure anything.
Well, maybe it won't cure it, but it's like taking a pill to keep you going. You hadn't killed him, somebody else had had to do it. It's just that he wasn't worth what he's done to Laurie.
Look, Fisher, I took something away. I didn't mean it that way. It just turned out. But I'd like to try and put something back.
Well, reckon I can understand that.
You know, this isn't a bad ranch.
Bad? Why, if the proper man was to pitch in here, there's cattle left. If a man was to round them up. And I ain't never seen a fence yet couldn't be fixed. I've seen 20 men in this bunkhouse in the old days, and I've been up that cattle trail a dozen times myself. Why, I know Sand City. Oh, that's the place it happened, ain't it?
Say there was a young fellow with him.
Oh, Collie Smith.
Yeah.
Why, he come back here and told Laurie that you shot Bud in the back just to get a notch on your gun.
Almost came out the other way around. Where is this collie?
Well, she sent him with this gunman, Craig, his name was. You know him? Well, Collie was supposed to identify you, and then he was supposed to see that you was really dead when this Craig come back here to collect his final payment.
Gives a man a funny feeling to be talking about his own funeral.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess it does at that. Oh, Laurie. Laurie, I've been talking with Mr. Jones here, and, well, he's kind of down on his luck, and sure could use a job.
Can't pay anything, you know that.
I wasn't thinking about money. I was more interested in a place to bed down and some steady chuck.
Maybe if we had some help, we could still ship a few cows.
Try it a few days if you want.
You know, if I do say so myself, things look a lot different than they did 2 weeks ago.
Something else looking a lot different around here, too.
Grant, I want you to move those horses down from the upper pasture.
Sure, Laurie. Things are beginning to look like old times, thanks to Jones here.
Well, they'll look a lot more like old times when I have Vint Bonner's hide nailed to the barn wall.
Oh, honey, I know you think you're doing what your daddy'd want you to do, but...
Go and get those horses, Grant.
Yeah.
That old man sure thinks a lot of you, Miss Laurie.
Doesn't give him a right to do my thinking for me.
Maybe he's just worried about that man Craig you've got on your payroll.
You trying to run my business too, Jones?
No, ma'am. But I've been around quite a lot. You picked me for a gunfighter, remember? Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong, but I've known a lot of men like Craig.
You figure he's just taking my money, don't you?
That's right, ma'am. I do.
I've known that for some time. I just wrote him a letter telling him I couldn't pay him anymore.
That's good. That means you're giving it up?
Giving it up? Why do you think I practice with that gun every day?
Just a minute, Miss Laurie. You're not going to face it out with a man like Bonner?
No, I won't face him. When I find Vint Bonner, I'm going to give him the same chance he gave my brother. I'm going to shoot him right in the back of the head.
I stayed on doing what I could, but I knew it couldn't last forever. Sooner or later, someone who knew me would drop by. Or old Grant Fisher would make a slip.
Vint, if you could just straighten Laurie out. You know, the way you straightened the ranch out.
The name is Jones. You forgot again at breakfast this morning.
I know it. What are we going to do?
I thought I could talk to her by now. Explain to her how it was.
I've known that girl a long time. She sure don't convince easy.
I've got to change her mind somehow.
When I think of how she's changed. Why, 3 years ago, before her daddy died, every Saturday night there was 15 young men out here fighting over who'd take her to a dance. I'm telling you, Vint, this place was like a beehive.
Her name is Jones. And I promise you the young fellows will be back, but let's get washed up. The killing's up on the North Ridge.
How did Bud's things get here?
Marshal up at Sand City sent him down. We didn't want to worry you about it. All right, I'd like to talk to you.
You're leaving?
No, not that.
I'm glad, Jones. I know it hasn't been very pleasant.
You had a lot on your mind.
For a long time. Dad's long illness. And Bud. Perhaps before that. I'm afraid Dad was pretty disappointed when his first child wasn't a boy.
Well, that's no reason for you to try to act like a man.
There wasn't much choice. By the time I grew up, the big cattle boom was over. I saw only one herd go up the Sand City Trail. We were always short-handed here, and so I did my part.
You feel like talking about Bud?
Yes, I think I do. Seeing these things here. Oh, Jones, I want so much to think he tried.
Grant City had a wild streak.
Well, what do you expect? My father fought for every inch of this land. He had the wildest crew on the trail. That's all Bud ever heard. He worshipped his father. He was just trying to be like Dad, that's all.
Times change, Laurie. What's acceptable in one time isn't in another.
Well, murder never is. That's why I hate Bud's killing so. One more chance. Just one more chance and he might have straightened out. Why does a boy like Bud have to die? A killer like Vint Bonner goes on living.
Well, you never can tell. This Bonner may feel just as sorry about the killing as you do.
I'd expect you to say that, Jones.
Because you believe it?
No. No. Because you're good and kind. You always look for the best in people. Even in a killer like Bonner.
There's a lot of good in the world, Laurie.
In your world, maybe. But don't invite me to live in it. Because I don't believe it.
What is it, honey? Collie and Craig.
What are you doing here?
I got your letter.
Then you know you're fired.
No. I like the job. It pays well.
I told you I didn't have any more money.
I figured you could get more.
Well, I can't. I've paid you off and that's final.
Just a minute, lady. It ain't final at all. You made a bargain, and I aim to see that you keep to it.
I gave you more than you earned.
Did you?
Yes.
Tell her, Collie.
I saw him do it. He killed Ben Bonner.
There was a final payment due when I killed Bonner. I came to collect. Want to talk about it inside?
You're lying, Collie. You lied about the way Ben Bonner killed Bud, and you're lying again now.
Well, Emma, well, you better prove it. She sent me with Craig to make sure he did the job, and I made sure. Now, get her!
Anything wrong?
You got to get out of here quick.
Why?
Well, Collie and Craig, they're here.
Maybe it's just as well.
You don't understand. He's come to collect.
But she said she paid him off.
The final payment. He claims he killed you.
You stay here.
I told you I didn't have it.
You got a ranch. That'll do.
That's what you were planning all along, isn't it?
That's right.
No.
You look. When you play a man's game, you play by man's rules. You made a deal and you're going to stick to it. You get a dead man, I get a ranch.
You're wrong, Craig. Twice.
What's your part in this?
A big one. I'm Ben Bonner.
Thanks for trying, Jones. I'm afraid it won't work. As Craig said, I made the rules. Collie said he did the job.
Collie's lying.
So Collie's a liar. Am I?
That's right. You're a liar, too.
Now put the horses away, Craig.
Where am I, Collie?
So, you're Vince Bonner.
That's right. That makes you a liar and a thief. Now get out.
Now, you wait a minute. We were talking business here.
Your business is over.
I don't see it that way. I had it figured to make some easy money without killing you, Bonner. You should have left it that way.
I told you to get out.
It looks like I'm going to have to take this ranch fair and square.
All right, Collie. You want to see a killing a day in Sand City? Now it's your turn.
No, Mr. Bonner, not me, please.
Go ahead, Collie. I'll make you the same deal I made Craig.
No, Laurie, you got it all wrong. I lied to you. It wasn't the way I said. He didn't shoot Bud in the back.
And it was your fault, wasn't it, Collie? You gave him the gun. I shot your brother. After he'd shot an old man and shot me in the back. I didn't want to tell you this way. But maybe it's the only way that'll work.
Your brother was a rotten, no-good kid, just like this one. They were two of a kind, and you knew it. When you admit that, you'll start to live again. If you refuse to admit it, well, here's a gun. Use it. It's the only way out.
Go on, Laurie. Get him.
Get out. Get out and don't you ever come back.
The truth isn't always easy to face, Mr. Bonner.
Nor easy to say.
I just wanted you to know that you're right. But I couldn't give up hope. And I didn't while Bud was alive. But after he was gone, I had to cling to something.
I can understand that.
I know I don't have the right to ask you, but... Well, if you could stay on a little while longer, maybe we could get those cattle down.
Well, I think they could be arranged. On one condition.
What's that?
Well, Grant here tells me that the boys used to be pretty thick around here Saturday nights.
I don't understand.
I hear there's a dance next Saturday night. And I have a feeling that the boys will be coming around again. But just to make sure, I'm going to take you to that dance.
That would be very nice, Mr. Bonner.
Now, if she'll just quit trying to be a man and remember she's a woman.
Oh, I don't think you'll have to worry about that anymore. Saturday. You know there's a full moon next Saturday night? Ready cash in horses that year. You rounded up a wild herd, broke them, hired some hands to haze them to market. All it cost you was the men's wages and a lot of long, hard days and a lot of short, weary nights. One man who made money that year was Olaf Berlin. For the first time in the 6 years I'd known him, Olaf was paying wages instead of drawing them.
Vint, how much you figure I'm going to get off these horses after I pay you fellas off?
Olaf, I must have told you that a dozen times. You ought to know it by heart now. $3,000. Maybe a little more, a little less. Anyway, enough to get you home.
$3,000. Man, that'll sure go a long way in Minnesota.
Go quite a distance right here in Arizona, Olaf. Want to set him up when we hit town tomorrow night?
Well, for you, Quinn, the rest of the boys, but I ain't taking none. No, sir, not for me.
Not one little swallow, huh?
Not even one little swallow. If you fellas could see that farm back home. Man, I have to see it to believe it. Lakes, and fishing streams, and trees thicker than the bristles on a briar. And right paying in the middle of it, my paw's land. Cleared as clean as your hand. The wheat waving. That's what I've been waiting 6 years to get back to. Saving my wages every year
and blowing them on a party the first time you hit town.
Not this time, Vint. It's gonna be different. It's gotta be different.
Yeah, how come?
My pa hurt his back this spring. I gotta go back and help him on the farm. Hired man's let the whole place go to pot. You know how hired men are.
I know how this hired man is, thirsty. Come tomorrow night, me and coffee ain't speaking. Oh, I can see it now. Me standing in Jubal Carney's place with my foot on the rail and a little old glass of sunshine going down just smooth as cream.
That's enough, Quinn.
It's all right, Vent. He ain't gonna keep me from going home.
It was about time you got wise to something. This is home. For you as much as us. All the dirt and sweat and rancid bacon and weebly hardtack you can eat. You ain't no better and no different than the rest of us.
I think you're wrong, Quinn. I think Olaf's a green country farmer.
Used to be. He's just a plain dirt cowpoke now. Besides, ain't he a pretty big boy to be needing you as a wet nurse?
I hope that was an accident, Quinn.
Soon, Bonner. Real soon.
$3,200, Ben. Here, Ben, pay him off. I ain't much of a bookkeeper. $50.
Still going to set him up for us, so? That is, if Mr. Bonner here don't mind.
That'll cover it.
And I'll leave your change with the bartender.
He won't be seeing the bartender. Just to make sure, Olaf, why don't you put that money back in the bank till you leave tomorrow morning?
Sure, Ben. That's a good idea.
That won't do any good.
They're still in there. I can hear them.
Hear him or not, bank's closed. I suppose you boys run on about your business.
Well, Marshal, he just wanted to lock his money up.
You raise any more ruckus, I'm going to lock you up. So that's your big, dumb Olaf, is it? But look here. Not a good he's going to do us if he gets himself tossed in jail. Say your name's Berlin, eh? Yours?
Ed Bonner?
I've heard tell of you. You're in town hunting trouble.
I never hunt trouble, Marshal. Sometimes it has a habit of finding me.
They'd better not find you in this town. The hotel's right across the street. They'll lock up your money in their safe.
Come on, Olaf. Much obliged, Marshal.
You worry too much, Quinn. Things will work out. They always do.
Still leading the lambs to slaughter, boy?
No, I never saw you pass up your share of the lamb jobs, Dixie.
I guess I had that coming. Who's the lamb this time?
Big one. Plenty wool. Only hitch is he's got a ramrod. Won't let a man near him. Doesn't have to be a man.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Like you didn't know.
You got a place around here where a man can put his money?
Sure, mister. We do it for trail crews all the time.
You sure that thing's safe?
Safe as a bank. Phew. No wonder you're worried. That's quite a roll.
Biggest one I ever had. Means a whole lot to me. You let anything happen to it, now.
Nothing's going to happen to it. Your room's number 12, top of the stairs. The boy will bring you hot water.
You coming, Vint?
No, I'm going out the stable. Seemed to me Scar was favoring one of his hoofs. And don't give him $1 of it unless I say so.
Why not? It's his, isn't it?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be if it was in his pocket.
You mean there's those that would try to separate him from it?
That's the idea.
Whatever you say, mister.
Pretty slick. Where'd you learn it? The carnival?
What are you talking about?
Well, you short-counted me.
You got $50. 5 tens, just like all the rest of us.
5 tens, huh? 4 tens. Fixed to look like 5.
I'll say it again. You got the same as all the rest of us.
Yeah, only 10 of my 50's in your pocket, and I'm having it.
Trouble found you after all.
Now listen to me. I didn't start this.
Didn't start it. Short-counted me and then like to bust my jaw.
Listen to me, Marshal. We had a run-in back at camp. He's still packing a grudge.
Sorry, Bonner. You can tell all that to the judge in the morning.
In the morning?
I'm afraid you'll be spending the night as a guest of the county. Let's go.
Mr. Bonner back yet?
No, sir, he isn't.
It's funny. Shouldn't have took him this long at the livery stable.
Oh.
Oh, hi, Quinn. You seen Vint?
Well, no, I thought I was with you.
Oh, he went down to the livery stable and ain't got back yet.
Well, maybe he's over in the saloon.
Him? After telling me to stay out?
Well, maybe you don't know Bonner like you think you do. If he's such a good friend of yours, how come he run out on you?
Run out on me? Oh, he didn't do no such thing. He's out here.
Just over there having a little glass of cheer on the sly, maybe. Oh, what do you care? He wants to get himself in trouble, that's his lookout.
Trouble?
Oh, now I hear how he cuts loose when he gets too many under his belt.
Whew. You mean Vint? I don't believe it. Still, maybe I ought to check up.
Wouldn't hurt none. I'll walk over with you.
Come on. You can take it. Come on, you're stronger. Come on. There you go.
Oh, the man's a regular bull, isn't he?
Hey, you ever see such muscles? Where'd you get them, Ola? Lifting anvils for exercise?
Them farm muscles, Dixie. Harvesting the wheat and bringing in the hay.
Think I could wear this old garter around my neck?
It's a mighty pretty little neck, Dixie. I bet you could. Just like a necklace. Wish it's diamonds.
How come you only wear one?
Well, other than around my money.
What money? You haven't stood a treat all evening.
That's right, Olaf. Till now, the party's been on us.
You know why I ain't spending. I gotta save my money for my farm. Besides, when I start buying drinks for the house...
It's kind of customary, Ola.
Oh, stop bothering him and go find yourself another friend. Chances are he hasn't got any money anyway.
I got plenty of money. Only What do you mean about find yourself another friend?
It's my job, Olaf. Getting the customers to spend a little of their extra cash. I thought you knew.
Never thought about it, I guess.
Well, don't think I like it. Every night I come to work here, I feel dirty. Oh, I tried other jobs when I landed here. They didn't even pay hotel rent, let alone save up a stake to get me back east.
Back east?
Ohio. I better do what Carney says before he decides to fire me.
Not while I'm here to look after you. You're gonna stay right here till I get back. And you ain't sitting with nobody but me. Not tonight, you ain't. I'm gonna show you a role you ain't gonna soon forget. Fire you, huh? You'll see about that.
Olaf, wait.
Hold my money.
Mr. Bonner said...
I want my money now. You understand me now?
But Mr. Bonner said...
I know, but I said I want my money.
He said not to give it to you.
You.
Marshal, will you let me out of here? I'll pay Quinn the $10.
Oh, can't let you out after you're entered on the books.
But if I don't keep a check rein on Olaf, he's liable to...
I don't see why you have to. You locked up his money like you said.
Yes, I know.
Well, then there's nothing to worry about.
Well, you really did it this time. Where are you going to get another steak like that?
Don't rub it in, Vince. I don't know why you put up with a lunkhead like me anyhow.
That clerk at the hotel's a lunkhead. I told him not to give you the money.
Don't blame him. I made him do it.
Can you tell me why?
Well, they got the hoorah on me over at the saloon about not buying drinks for the crowd. And ouch!
Well, what were you doing there in the first place?
Looking for you.
For me?
Well, you didn't come back to the hotel, and I started looking for you, and Quinn said you might be over at Connie's place.
Quinn said? I think we ought to have a talk with Quinn.
We'll talk. Without this. Yours too. Well, I'm afraid you got the wrong bull by the horns, Marshal. Why, O's my friend. Why would I slug him?
For his money.
When a man has a bankroll, he generally spends some of it. That's something he didn't do. At least, not here.
Why did you steer him in here looking for Bonner? You know all the time I got Bonner locked up. Look, it wasn't me that robbed the squarehead. Haven't been out of here since he left.
None of us have been out all evening. Right, Dixie?
I guess so.
You don't sound very sure.
They were here all evening.
You're lying. You're in cahoots with them.
It's enough of that. You had your cry. You better vamoose while you're all in one piece.
Why you had to do that, Olaf?
You're sorry. Why didn't you swing on the ones that robbed me? You ain't even searched him yet.
Well, go ahead if you think we got his bankroll.
It's up to you, Marshal. But let me tell you something. I'm not used to having my place wrecked and being called a thief all in one evening. All right. Go ahead. Get it off your mind.
If they had it, it's buried too deep for us to find it.
You mean you're gonna let him get away with it? Well, I ain't.
You better lock him up for his own good.
Lock me up? Never figured you'd sell me out, Gus. Always figured you for a friend.
Come on, things will look a lot better in the morning. The way you're looking at him, you'd think he's gonna die. He won't.
The question is, what are you gonna do about it?
What can I do? The way I look at it, you couldn't find $1 of it now with a bloodhound. Bonner, I just can't go up and down that street out there going through people's pockets. When a man wears a badge, he's got rules.
Well, I don't wear a badge, and I've got one little hunch.
Who is it?
My name's Bonner. I want to talk to you.
You talk to me in the morning.
I'll talk to you now.
Just a minute. What do you want?
Almost $3,000.
The pay isn't that good at Carney's place, mister. Besides, there were other girls there tonight. Why pick on me?
You were with Olaf.
I'm not fooling, mister. You've got no business going through my things. Put it back.
Pay must be pretty good at Kearney's. One night's work?
Too many nights' work. All right, get out.
Gonna leave your working clothes?
If I ever wear a thing like that again... I didn't take his money!
I think you know who did. Was it Carney? Quinn? Both of them?
Leave me alone!
I'll leave you alone when you tell me what I want to know. Who put you onto him? Carney?
Carney paid me to work on all the customers, keep them spending. I didn't do it because I wanted to. It happens to be the only job that pays enough.
Pays enough for what?
To get out of this country. Oh, I know what you're thinking. What am I doing here? Like quicksand. Easy to fall into and hard to crawl out of. I was going to be married. When I got off the stage, he wasn't here to meet me. He'd gone. Do you know what it is to be scared? Giant and homesick?
I know how Olaf feels about Minnesota.
To me, it's Ohio. A little farm on the bank of the river. Close enough to hear the steamboats pass. And the flowers in summer, bright as that dress I wear at Carney's. Don't you see I've got to get out of here? Can't you understand?
Olaf had a chance to get out, too. First time in 6 years. Now he won't make it. You will. He won't.
$50. That's what they gave me. Maybe it'll help. Carney and Quinn have the rest of it. Quinn will probably be leaving town tonight. He doesn't stay around long after the job's finished.
Thanks. I had to be sure. I just had a talk with Dixie.
have to do something about that young lady. She talks too much.
Have to do something about him so he won't.
I don't know whether I'll get all this money back or not. But I'm going to take care of you too, Sharks. Make it easier on the next poor devil that comes down the line.
Remember back at camp, Bonner? I said soon. Well, this is it.
Where's the money?
I told you before, I ain't got it.
Where's the money?
No, don't hit me. I'll get it. I'll get it right now.
Thank you, Marshal.
Let's go. You mind me, only milk, all the way to Minnesota.
Don't worry, Mr. Berlin. I'm not working for Carney anymore. I'm going home, too. Thanks to Mr. Bonner.
He's a fine friend. An awful fine friend. Wonder if he's got any place to go home to. Like me and you, I mean.
Mighty lucky. Both of them.
When he gets ready to leave, we'll be waiting for him at the hotel.
The horses are ready.
Must be close to 10,000 in gold in them saddlebags.
Only a kid tending it all.
Let's drink it on up. Let's all drink it up. Come on, we want some more to drink. Come on, old Jim Bonner. Come on, old Jim Bonner. Everybody's drinking.
Better have one, mister. Best 40-rod bourbon in the territory. Compliments of the young cowboy at the end of the bar.
I'll take it.
Go ahead, mister. Like the man said, it's the best 40-rod bourbon in the territory. I'm Della.
Well, Della, I'm Vin Bonner.
You're just passing through, or will you be spending some time in our fair little town?
Just passing through. What's the occasion?
Oh, the kid's just celebrating growing up, I guess. Just trail boss's first cattle drive for his father.
Oh, I see. Where from?
Up north, San Mateo Range. About a day's ride.
San Mateo? What's his name?
Jim Winfield. Why, do you know him?
No, but I knew his father from way back.
You mean Cal Winfield, the gunfighter?
Ex-gunfighter. I'm gonna take him out of here.
Why?
Well, because his father's an old friend of mine. Because I know he can't afford to lose that money that the kid's throwing away, so... See you later.
Drink it all up.
You got some catching up to do, mister. Name's Jim Winfield.
My name's Vin Bonner, Jim.
Heard my old man talk about you.
Come on,
I think you've had about enough, Jim.
You think I ought to leave, Mr. Bonner?
That's right.
Well, I'm just going to tell you something now.
I ain't about to leave until I'm good and ready to.
Let's right now.
What do you think you're doing?
Now, wait a minute. You've got no right to force this boy to leave here against his will.
Sheriff, this kid's drunk. His father's an old friend of mine. He worked hard for this money. I don't aim to see it thrown away.
Well, I reckon he has had too much to drink.
Come on, Jim. You and I are getting out of this town.
You and I?
That's right. I'm going to see that that money gets back to your father.
I ain't going.
Now, look, I saw the faces on those men down there tonight. They couldn't take their eyes off that money. You'd be bushwhacked before you're 10 miles outside of town.
Look, I said I ain't going.
I haven't seen your father in some years, Jim.
You mean since he reformed?
I had a letter from him a while back. Told me about his place. Asked me to drop by when I was in the neighborhood. He sounded real proud of it. Proud of you too, Jim. He said he couldn't have built it without you.
That sounds just like him.
He needed the money. He told me about this drive. Needed to build his herd, money to pay off his hands, feed Bill. He risked everything he had on you, Jim, letting you trail boss this drive.
All right, you said your piece. Now I'll say mine. Did he tell you in that letter what it's like to be raised in a town where everybody knows your father was a killer? A hired gun?
It wasn't a hired gun. He was good and he was fast. He had to keep proving it. Your father and I are some alike, Jim. There's always someone pushing. The fact that he laid down his guns makes him the better man for it.
Did he tell you about how no decent folk come to visit? Or about the girl I used to have that won't talk to me anymore? You want to know why? Because she found out Cal Winfield, the famous gunfighter, was my father. How many men was it he killed, Mr. Bonner? 17? 18?
That's all past.
Well, I'll never be proud of my father, no matter what you say. Besides, I made my mind up on that drive never to go back here.
Jim.
You take him the money if you want to. I won't be going with you. Tell him when you see him that I cut out for California. Oh, maybe I'll see him again someday.
That the way you want it, boy?
That's the way I want it.
Dead?
You know who did it?
Me and Pete were tending our horses back of the hotel. We heard a shot and run up here. Them saddlebags he had over at the saloon are gone.
Didn't you see anybody?
Well, we heard a horse running fast out of town. It's that fellow who calls himself, Bint Bonner.
How do we know those two didn't do it?
Then why we got the gold?
Whoever killed the kid did it for the gold. The gold's gone and so's Bonner. Think we'd better go after him.
Me and Pete don't like to see no kid killed. If it's all right with you, we'd like to ride along with you.
Glad to have you, boys. Let's get moving.
Well, kid, at least you had a going-away party for yourself tonight.
Howdy.
Say, what do you call this place?
Santa Lisa?
Looks like it used to be a mining town. Gold?
Silver. Before she run out.
I see. And when the silver ran out, so did all the people.
Reckon that's what makes ghost towns, mister.
Say, what do you call that animal?
Oh, well, you might call him a mule, only you'd be wrong. He's just an oversized burro. Oh, he might look like a heap of bones, but he's still got plenty of spunk left.
Do you live here?
Yep. I guess you could call me Santa Lisa's leading citizen. I'm the only one left. Oh, I get enough out of the old mine to buy him a beans.
The day off, huh?
Nope. Today's something special. I'm getting me to see a gunfight. Might be a good one, too. Between Cal Winfield and a fella named, Bint Bonner. Ever hear of him?
Yeah, I heard of him.
Is he fast?
Some people say so.
Yeah, he better be, or Cal Winfield will cut him in half before he gets a good start.
Thought Winfield hung up his guns.
Oh, he did. One of Cal's hands come over here this morning. Said Bonner killed his boy, Jim, over at the hotel in Coachella. Took the pay for over 500 head.
Well, anyone see him do it?
I reckon so. Anyhow, a sheriff and 2 riders were here looking for him. Maybe they done caught him by now.
Yeah, maybe.
If he's caught up to, Bonner's a dead man. Cal swore he wouldn't leave the territory alive. Oh, you seem mighty interested in everything.
I'm a friend of Winfield's.
Who might you be, mister?
Bint Bonner.
Any luck, Sheriff? We've searched most of the valley. We'll find him.
Just remember, no shooting when you do find him. Unless it's me doing it.
What happened to the horse?
They come near bone attendant.
No wonder, the way you've been driving him all night. I know how you feel, Winfield, but you ought to let the law handle this.
Oh, meaning you, huh? This is federal territory, Sheriff. You got no more jurisdiction here than I have, and don't you forget it.
If I was to take him into Coachella, he'd be in my jurisdiction.
Oh, yeah. I heard there's going to be an election in Coachella. I also heard that you haven't got a chance of winning it. Of course, if you brought in Bonner, that'd do it for you, wouldn't it?
Suppose it did. The killer'd still be tried according to the law.
I'm going to kill Bonner my way. The same way he killed my boy, with this. I hung this up 8 years ago. Partly because of Bonner. For my son's sake, he said. For his future.
Haven't you seen him since?
No. When I do, one of us will be dead.
Now, where are those Lawson boys he was riding with? They're waiting down at the little mining town, Santa Lisa, in case Bonner comes through that way.
With my hands covering the rangeland to the north, we'll probably find Mr. Bonner somewhere in between. We'll catch up with him before sundown.
Cal, I want to talk to you.
Get out of here, Sheriff. I said get out of here. Get on your horse and get off my place.
You remember how I used to do it in Julesburg, Bonner?
I remember.
When the ashes fall.
You're gonna take up right where you left off 8 years ago.
Right where I left off.
I didn't kill your boy, Cal.
You're a dirty liar. You knew Jim was coming into town with that money I told you in my letter. You couldn't resist it.
That's not true. And your boy wasn't coming back.
You got maybe one more minute of talk left, Bonner.
He asked me to bring back the money, Cal. The last thing he said to me, he was heading for California.
With this ranch, every head of cattle on it, gonna be his someday, oh no.
He didn't want the place. He didn't want the cattle, nor any part of you.
You expect me to believe that? My own son?
It's true, Cal. Your boy was pulling out on you. I think you knew that. Do you think killing the wrong man will even the score?
You're running out of time, Bonner.
Then there's nothing else I can say.
Looks like somebody's liable to set the barn on fire. I've seen this little game played before. Somebody always ends up getting killed. You two got no reason to play it.
Who are you? What business is this of yours?
Who am I? Well, that's not important. What's important is that Ben Bonner here didn't kill your son. I know who did.
You better know what you're talking about, young lady.
You know what this is? The gunsmith at Cuchilla said it's a .38-40 caliber shell. I found it in the hotel room where your son was killed. I've been around men in saloons long enough to know that Ben Bonner was wearing a .45 caliber Colt. That shell couldn't have come from his gun.
I reckon you never did wear nothing but a .45, eh? In all the years I've known you. I'm sorry. It's just that my son is the only thing in this world that I was going to leave the ranch, everything I owned to him. Figured I'd pull out maybe by the time we put the yearlings out to graze. That way, maybe he'd think about getting married,
settle down without having to be ashamed of his name or his old man's history. When I heard that he was shot and you'd done it, I didn't question it, Vint. I reckon I didn't think very straight. Now, you said you know who shot him.
2 men named Lawson. One was wearing a fancy gun. They left Cuchilla with the sheriff.
They were right here in this ranch last night. Right now they're at a place called Santa Lisa. Reckon I'll just ride over there.
Cal, there were 2 of them. Let me go with you.
Have to. I'm proud to have you, Vin.
I sent for the federal marshal. I figured I had to. This is his jurisdiction. You had to? I suppose Bonner outdrawed Winfield. We'd be right back where we started. Only Bonner'd have 2 killings behind him.
You think Bonner had a chance? Against Cal Winfield?
I don't know. From the way Bonner handled himself, I'd say he had a chance against anybody.
He's still only one man. There's 3 of us. Them are good odds.
This is probably my last job as sheriff of Cuchillo. I don't suppose I've been the greatest of sheriffs, but before I turn in this star, I want to see this thing through. Even if I can't do it, I want to see Bonner brought in. That's why I sent for the federal marshal.
Well, in that case, Sheriff, me and Pete will head out. We got a date in Mexico. Hey, we, Pete.
Yeah, sure we have.
Winfield, what are you doing?
Bonner didn't kill my son. He was shot with a .38-40 slug. It would have had to come from a special job. A custom-made gun, like Clay Lawson's wearing.
You accusing me, Winfield?
Yeah, maybe I am. This shell fits your gun? Sheriff, I'm going to ask you to wait outside. There's a young lady out there who'll tell you all about this shell. You're going to have 2 prisoners going back to Cuchilla. They'll be riding without guns. Or they'll be stretched out wearing them. That'll be their choice. Now you can either drop your belts or make your move. If you want to know who you're drawing on, I'll tell you. Vint Bonner here is the only living man that they said was as fast as me.
Hey, what are you doing? What's wait for killing that kid?
We gotta take our chances.
Ain't no man ever backed you down before.
You still got your choice.
Clay, what'd you have to go and drop your gun belt for? 2 against 1. Them aren't very good odds.
The same odds you gave my son.
The sheriff's outside.
I don't know why I didn't kill him. I should have killed him.
Same reason I told your boy. Takes a bigger man to lay him down than it does to use him.
up with Cal Winfield?
Yeah, I met him.
What happened? Did you kill him?
No, I didn't kill him. Guess you might call it a draw.
A draw? I ain't never heard of a draw. Not in a gunfight, I ain't. Draw?
Major Clint Langley married Ann Frawley, there wasn't a happier man in the world than her father, Carson Frawley. But as time went on, something about Ann's letters began to bother him. I'd been working as roundup boss on his Wyoming Vodka 3 spread for a while, so the old man asked me to head south, see what was wrong. Nice friendly town you got here.
Unless you're playing dice or visiting with the Almighty. Better get off your knees, cowboy. Don't figure it weren't on purpose. I can bring him close enough to raise a blister. Where are you from?
You Ramrod for Major Langley?
Answer my question, cowboy.
I came out of the Verde 2 days ago.
You ride a double-fire saddle on one of them bitty grazing bits. That's North Country rigging. Wyoming, maybe?
Or Colorado, Texas, Arizona.
A lot of Wyoming boys come down here with a wide loop. We lose a lot of cattle that way.
Maybe you ought to read this letter.
Never learn how to.
I'll read it for you.
You don't need to.
You're Vint Bonner. Major thinks you got a good gun.
See that one over there?
It's Cole David. It's his summer name. I told you his real name, you'd stand real straight. Cole was Ramrod before me. But I got a gun takes up where his leaves off.
You chew over every visitor that comes to town?
If that visitor happens to be thinking of swapping jobs with me, then I likes to break him down some, look inside him.
What did you see?
Not much.
Maybe you ought to take a second look.
I got a good gun, Bonner. Save maybe for two, the Major's and another. Ain't none can match it, none. You keep that to mind, you're going to live a long life. You don't, you're going to get dirt in your ears. Your health. Let's ride, cowboy.
Wills? This here's Bonner.
Major?
Howdy. Well, Bonner, of course, you know you're on the Cimarron. She's the biggest ranch there is. Wild and untamed, and only two things hold her together. Guts and gun smoke. You think you can take orders?
From the right man? Yes, sir.
Now, let's see how good your reputation is. Well,
That's not bad for a first time, almost as fast as Will's here. And him with all his practicing. Now, there's one thing you have to remember. Don't go near any bushes where a muzzle of buckshot can be poked through. Like Cherokee Daniels, eh, Wills?
That ain't no way to talk, Major. Ain't a gun can match mine.
It ain't?
Save maybe yours.
That all?
Maybe Rocky Jake Thomas down to Fort Griffin.
Bonnie here just come from that country. You can deal Thomas out.
Did he gun down Rocky Jake?
Fair fight. Drilled him with lead belly to brisket. I want to put you two cow nurses in the same saddle. You just been to Siam, Wilkes. Got yourself a twin.
Can't be but one ramrod.
Yeah. Guess you're right. Yep. This gun rules this ranch. And I rule this gun. Now get on down to Chow House, tell Wang Ling to rustle up some grub. You know, a man remembers better what he sees than what he hears. I'll get a fresh horse and show you around. Come on. Well, how do you like what you seen?
Well, up in Wyoming, they say you're a pretty good cattleman. For a brush popper, that is.
Wyoming? Them boys up there can't make enough to keep a chicken in scratch less than they got a front lawn 40 miles wide to pasture cows on. But we got an operation here, raising our own kind of cattle. Short on horn, long on meat, bringing the railroads to us. And not driving ribs and hide 1,000 miles to it. We blast our own wells, raise our own feed.
Major.
Now, I have a proper man's regard for the Almighty, Paula. But he helps them who helps themselves.
Major, you said a man that looked like me was gunning for my hide. Why?
I had over 100,000 head of cattle 2 years ago on this ranch. Now this year, I guess I had less than 90,000. Now them 10,000 just didn't take a notion to wander, did they?
Rustling's big up in the Indian Nation.
Oh, it ain't an Indian or a common Chad come near this spread. 'Cause I got all the top guns of the frontier punching these cows. Yeah, and I got a big-time maverick. Right here on this ranch.
You mean Wills?
That's right. Only he ain't paired.
Paired?
Every man on this spread is paired with a man just as fast as he is with a gun.
Why?
Oh, just so some puncher won't start his own spread up some little box canyon, say.
Well, what's to prevent two of them from getting together? Ganging up on you.
$5,000 reward, double pay, just for the information. And that information don't have to be alive.
And you want to pair me with Wills? You don't even know me.
Well, you got a big name in Wyoming, and the fact that a good bluff in a poker game is the same as good cards.
And I don't know Brocky Jake Thomas.
Wills don't know that. Old man Carson Frawley sent you to sniff about his daughter, didn't he?
That's right. He's worried about her.
Well, you can tell him his little girl is all snug and warm. We're getting civilized around here. I don't even brush my teeth with a twig and ashes no more. I use a toothbrush.
You're a big man in these parts, Major. But the rattlesnake doesn't know that.
Drop the gun or I'll put a hole through you front and back.
Well, well, if it ain't John C. Fremont, the old Pathfinder. You been out picking flowers, Mr. Fremont? Or you a snuffy little Injun what can track bees in a blizzard?
Only a fool would smoke in these mountains. There's a wind. It carries the smell.
You know a lot of things, don't you? Folks hereabouts know how smart you are? Or just Brocky Jake Thomas?
I never knew Brocky Jake Thomas.
Oh, I know that, Bonner. I've been in your hip pocket all the time. I heard me everything you and the Major talked about. Everything. Why don't you put that thing to bed, huh? A little nervous, ain't you?
Just careful.
You know, the reason I know about Brocky Jake is because he works for me now. I'm going to own that ranch someday. Because I made myself a little discovery. And I know what to do about it. You can give that back to the Major's missus. I don't need it no more.
Be Mr. Bonner.
That's right.
He worked for my father.
Yes, ma'am. I was his roundup boss.
Well, then you had to be good. How is he?
He's fine, most of the time.
Why did he send you down?
He's getting old, Mrs. Langley. I expect he's concerned about your happiness.
My husband has given me the largest ranch in the world. My every wish is fulfilled. Shouldn't that make me a happy woman, Mr. Bonner?
I got a different idea. This ranch is more like a bronc you're ready to mount, trembling, ready to explode.
What are you talking about?
For one thing, Jack Wills.
A man like my husband who wants to control an empire in the midst of lawlessness must resort to odd procedure.
Sometimes empires fall due to odd procedure.
Whatever else Jack Wills is, he's always been loyal to my husband.
Mrs. Langley, Wills is on his way right now to Fort Griffin to bring back a pal and declare himself new emperor.
A pal?
A man named Brocky Jake Thomas, a gunman. Wills asked me to give you this.
He must have waited until I was away. I haven't written in it since. What happened today, Mr. Bonner, between you and the Major?
I shot and killed a rattlesnake close to him.
I knew it wouldn't last. I knew somehow something would do it.
July 21st, Clint had another seizure this morning. He and the men found some rustlers up by Hayes Fork. In the fighting, one of the men was shot dead next to Clint. He managed to return to the ranch house. No one must know he is helpless. September 4th. The seizure of the last 2 days is over. I have hopes. January 10th. Clint shot a steer to help turn a stampede. It had no effect on him. I feel he is cured. What does that mean, Mrs. Langley? What are these seizures? What do they do to him?
Clint Langley was married before. A long time ago. His wife died at childbirth, but she left him a son, Toby. When the war began, Clint joined the Texas Volunteers and Toby went north. He was blowing a bridge. Well, A gun muzzle was pressed into his back. At that moment, the bridge blew and the concussion knocked both men down. Well, Clint managed to gain his senses quicker. He killed a man. But he bent down to change uniforms. The man he saw was Toby. How can it happen that when one man meets and kills another man, it's his own son?
It's that kind of a war. Brother against brother. Families split down the middle.
It was that kind of war. And I had to write it all down in my diary.
You couldn't know this would happen. You couldn't know he'd find the diary.
What will he do?
I don't think Wills is sure yet. That's why he sent for Brocky Jake Thomas, for insurance. If the Major won't fight, he simply scoops up the ranch. If he does fight, he sticks Brocky Jake onto him. Wills is pretty sure he can take care of me.
But we have plenty of men to outnumber them.
They know the score, Mrs. Langley. They're not going to do a thing until they find out who's got the right bullets.
But he can't fight. He won't have a chance.
He'll have to fight, Mrs. Langley. Otherwise, he's dead. Oh, he'll walk around, breathing, maybe. But other men will walk over him just as if he were earth.
Can't you do something, Mr. Bonner?
It's going to take two men. And the only two men around are the Major and me. You've got to take me to him.
Clint, it's Anne. Can I come in?
Door's unlocked, Ann.
Clint, I brought Mr. Bonner.
Ann, I told you.
All right, Clint. Mr. Bonner knows.
Worse than that, Wills knows. How about your weakness? You got a hold of your wife's diary. And he followed us today, heard and saw everything that happened. When I shot that snake, he put two and two together. He's got a partner, Brocky Jake Thomas. What are you going to do?
I just can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. I'm not well. I'm a sick man.
Major, there's only one way. That's you and me and a pair of guns.
No, I just can't do it.
You gonna let Wills take over the whole thing? This whole place you've worked years for, you, Mr. Texas? Bowed to by every man who ever burned a brand? Sitting looking through his fingers like a little girl with a horned toad on her knee? I don't think you understand, Major. I'll help, but I can't do it alone.
All this could have been his. Everything here could have been my boy's.
But that's past, Major. Years past.
But what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? He hated me. He hunted me like a killer. What kind of a father was I?
A busy father, Clint. A busy father in a violent time. A time that shut out the closeness of a son. You weren't the first and you won't be the last.
Major, this is Ben Gibbons from over the Free Pass section. I got a message for you. You Bonner?
What do you want?
Wilson Thomas just come through 3 Pass. They aim to tack lead onto anything gets in their way.
Now you listen to me. Get out of here. I got plenty of bullets that'll fit your carcass.
How did they get here so fast?
I don't know. Thomas is probably on the ranch all the time, just waiting for Wills to call him.
He's worse than ever.
Violence can overcome a man till he learns that death is only a neighbor that comes to borrow a cup of life. Something for a little while.
And how does one greet this neighbor?
I remember a man in the war once. Lost his nerve during an attack. Knelt on the ground, trembling like a rabbit. Then he got shot. The sight of his own blood shocked him on his feet.
And I need a bandage. And get me my gun.
Likely they're gone.
You can't vision that.
He's not a man anymore. Got a sickness, I tell you.
You got a woman?
Right handsome, too.
Come on. Shotgun.
That's right.
Blow you to pieces.
You home, Langley? You got visitors standing here? New owners might say.
Like a poker game, Major. Watch their eyes.
Well, look at them now, Brocky Jake. 2 puffed up coyotes stepping like wolves. You ain't shooting rocks now, Major. Most like poker, I'd say. Only bluffs don't work. And the jackpot's blood. Your blood, Major.
You aim to run this ranch on wind?
I got a saying for your gravestone, cowboy. Forever rest in pieces.
Isn't it something when a man can hold his head up again?
Gonna be an early winter. I'd been riding fence since sunup, and it was a hot day. Hotter than usual. For the last 3 hours, I'd been thinking about
just how a cold beer would taste.
Hi, Pete.
Hi.
Give me a beer, will you?
Hot enough for you?
Yeah, plenty.
Well, what do you know?
Not much.
There you are.
Thanks.
Say, what's his name? Vin Bonner. Where in the world did you pick up a name like Vin Bonner?
Look, mister, I've had a long, hard day and I'm tired. Now, why don't you just move along?
All right. That's the way you want it. That Vin Bonner fella, has he been around here long?
Oh, several years, on and off.
Well known?
Everybody knows Vin Bonner.
Why? Oh, no reason.
Ain't seen you in a long time. What do you want?
Yes, it has been a long time. Oh, you're a dead ringer, Gene. Without that mustache, you're a dead ringer.
What are you talking about?
A fellow up in Hondo, name of Bonner. Vin Bonner.
Never heard of him. Did you come through Laredo on your way?
Oh, yes, I did. Now, this Bonner...
Did you hear anything about the El Paso stage robbery?
Well, nobody has the slightest idea who did that. They said there were only a few $100s in the strongbox.
$225. 3 passengers. Woman was kind of pretty.
I could never kill a woman.
Woman can identify you as quick as a man.
When you hear what I have in mind...
Of course, that was when the whole thing started. I didn't give it much thought at the time. Or even when he came back to town about 3 weeks later with the sick man.
Looks like something real drastic happened to that fellow. Hope it wasn't smallpox.
A couple of wing feathers from that bottle of ancient owl, my friend. And a couple of short beer chasers. There. There you have an example of man's triumph over disaster, gentlemen. Although grievously burned when a kerosene lamp exploded, it's not necessary for him to suffer the pangs and punishment of a burning thirst. Of course. My friend and patient would like to buy drinks for the house, gentlemen.
Sheriff, Vin, what'll it be? Small beer.
I'll have the same.
Thank you. To your very good health and early recovery, sir.
Well, permit me to introduce my patient, Mr. Eugene Baroda of Marfa. I'm Dr. Nicholas Dawson, same city. We're on our way north to a hospital in San Francisco where Mr. Baroda will undergo treatment for burns. We've elected to stay in your fair city for a few days while my patient recovers his strength.
Windy fella, ain't he?
I'm Miles Seacamp. I run the King Hotel right next door.
Well met, Mr. Seacamp. Perhaps you can arrange suitable accommodations for us.
Sure can. Right this way.
Sounds a little loco to me.
It takes all kinds.
Now, you just sign right here. Let's see. Here. There you are. Room number 8, end of the hall, right in the corner.
Do you have a back stairway? My patient is a bit nervous about fire, naturally.
Oh, naturally. Got to have a back stairway, else he couldn't go out the back, huh?
Now, I'll get our luggage. You go on upstairs, rest yourself.
Dr. Dawson. Well, was I right or was I right, huh?
Like looking in a mirror.
It's like taking candy from a baby. Taking candy from a little girl baby. One that's fast asleep at that. You just shave that mustache off your upper lip. It's not very becoming anyway, you know. Oh, that is incredible. Are you sure he's not some kind of a relative of yours?
I haven't got any relatives. That saddle tramp's just some kind of a freak. No. No, he doesn't walk quite like that, and he holds his mouth differently. Don't try to tell me what to do.
I just want you to talk like him and look like him and act like him.
Nobody's gonna notice much when they look in the end of this.
Gene, you're not up in the mountains now. Muzzle of that thing looks like open grave.
Now, you just sign that paper and forget about it till you sell your stock.
That makes $325 total, Vint. You saving up to get married or something?
Not me.
Just try it sometime. It's not half bad.
Guess you're right. How is Millie?
Fine.
The kids?
Growing like Johnson grass and eating like timberwolves. Baby's got 3 new teeth already.
No fooling.
No fooling. Word of honor. All in front.
Give Millie my regards. So long, Mr. Newcomb.
So long, Vint. Say hello to Charlie McCadden.
I'll do that when I see him. It was the following day, and I was way up on the North Fork of Cottonwood Creek, as happy and contented as if I'd had good sense, and without the slightest inkling of what was taking place that very moment in town.
Hi, Vint.
Hi, Vint.
Hi.
That's funny. Vint must have had something on his mind.
Vint?
Hello, Vint. Taking the day off?
Fill this up. No silver, just greenbacks.
This is your idea of a joke, Vint. It's in bad taste. Very bad taste.
This is no joke.
Have you been out of your mind?
Fill this up like I said. Greenbacks. Get the rest.
Bonner just held up the bank and killed Arch Tatum.
Bonner?
Don't stand there wasting time. Go get the sheriff. Hurry before he gets away. Let's meet through here.
You better go home and lay down. Your face is gray as ashes.
I'll be all right.
Sheriff's over at Standish's. I sent Ralph Kearney after him on a fast horse. He ought to be here in an hour, I figure.
Anybody sent for Doc Sorensen?
I stopped by his house. Mrs. Sorensen said he went over to Boss Forks on a call and won't be home before dark.
There's no need for a doctor now.
Are you sure that's all? Livery stable, too? That's right, Doctor, and thank you. We're sorry you folks couldn't have stayed around a while longer. Things are usually quiet and peaceful around here.
I suppose it's none of my business, but what'll they do to him if they catch him? That, what's his name, who shot the cashier?
Arch Tatum left a widow and 3 little youngsters, Doctor.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, I guess you've answered my question. It's terrible. It's just terrible, that's what it is.
We've got to do something about it.
Now listen to me. Of course I'm going to form a posse.
When?
All of you just quiet down long enough for me to find out something.
All right, Roy, what do you want to find out?
Well, first, any of you see Vint Bonner come into town today? Or out again?
We didn't see him come in or out, but we saw him go into the bank.
And we sure saw him come out of it.
And gun down Arch Tatum.
Yeah.
Bert, you see anything strange or unusual about Vint when he came in the bank today?
Not until he pulled his gun.
No, I mean in his appearance, the way he looked.
No, he looked the same as he always looked. Except he wasn't smiling, and his eyes were kind of...
Kind of what?
Well, kind of wild and strange.
You mean like he'd been drinking or something?
No, nothing like that. There was just a different expression in them.
Then you're not sure it was Vint Bonner?
Yeah, I wish I wasn't sure, Roy. I like him as much as you do. There's no doubt about it. It was Vint, all right.
Of course it was Vint. I passed him on the sidewalk as close as I am to you. I spoke to him.
Did he answer you?
Of course he answered me. I said, hi, Vint, and he said hi, just before he went in the bank. Isn't that right, Luke?
Yeah, and seeing is believing, and we saw.
It's hard to believe that about Vint Bonner. All right, Luke. You pick 7 men and head south. I'll take the rest of you and head north. Now, we'll all spread out. The first one that spots him will report back to me.
Why?
Because I'm going to make the arrest, personally.
How come the first one sees him can't make the arrest?
Because Vint Bonner can outshoot and outdraw any of you. That's how come.
And you figure he can't outdraw you?
Oh, yes. He can outdraw me. But I don't figure he'll draw on me. I'm his friend.
So was I. So was Arch Tatum.
Well, I'm going to take my chances. Anyway, that's the way it's going to be.
All right. You're the sheriff, at least until next election.
Yeah, at least until then. Let's go.
I found him, Sheriff. I found him.
Where is he?
Why, up Cottonwood Creek, about a mile.
Did he see you?
No, sir. I took good care he didn't, too.
What's he doing?
Why, he's patching a line fence just as natural as though nothing happened.
You go round up the posse, Pid.
Sure you don't want me to back you up?
No, you do as I say. Go round up the boys.
Okay, if you say so.
Hi there, Sheriff. What are you doing away from the Oasis?
Oh, just thought I'd take a little ride, see what I could see.
Well, there's nothing up here but the scenery and me, of course.
How are you feeling?
Fine. Why?
You call that wire tight?
Well, sure, it's as tight as a fiddle. Well, you're getting kind of tricky in your old age, aren't you?
Take it easy, Vint. I don't want any trouble.
All right, Sheriff, I'll go quietly, but tell me something. Why are you practicing on me?
Not practicing. I've got to take you in.
What are you talking about?
They say you robbed the bank today. And killed Arch Tatum.
Huh? Who says?
Ert Newcomb. Seacamp. Weber. About 1:15.
Well, I don't care what they say. I've been right here all day.
All alone?
Of course.
Well, I don't know what to think. But this is for sure. I'm going to see that you get the best doctor and lawyer in the country.
Doctor? What's the matter with you, Roy? You think I'm loco or something?
What else could it be, Vint? I know you wouldn't do a thing like this if you were right.
Now, look, I've had just
Please,
about...
don't make this thing any harder for me than it already is. I'm your friend. I don't care what happened. Go get your horse. You didn't do it. It was your twin brother.
Since I haven't got a twin brother, it's got to be someone else. Someone who looks like... Say, Roy.
Yeah.
You know that fella Dawson, the one who calls himself a doctor? Has that patient with the bandaged face.
What about him?
Well,
I saw him over at the saloon about 3 weeks ago. He thought he knew me. It could have been someone else. Why don't we take a look at that man with the bandaged face?
About your size and build. You could be right. He could be a ringer.
That's right. Get him.
He left town right after the shooting, heading north.
Well, then you better head south toward the border.
I can't leave here now, Vince. I can't leave you alone in this jail.
Well, I'm not going to break out.
No, but somebody might break in.
What do you mean?
Feeling's been running high, Vint. Arch Tatum is well thought of. You know men don't make good sense when they get real mad.
You mean they might come for me?
That's right. They're out in the street now in small groups, talking quiet.
Roy, that's ridiculous. I've known these people a long time. They're friends of mine.
A murderer doesn't have any friends, Vint. And they saw you do it.
What are you going to do?
I'm not going to let them get you. I'm going to let you leave before they get here.
They could take this out on you, Roy.
No, they won't. You're going to knock me out and lock me up.
I don't know what to say, Roy. It's good to have someone believe in you.
Hit me.
Roy, I don't want to hit you.
Hit me!
You better keep that bandage on, Gene. You gotta wear it until your mustache grows out again.
I don't gotta wear it to sleep. It itches.
Doesn't itch as much as a rope will if they catch up with you.
I know, that's the beauty of this. They're off chasing this Bonner fellow.
By now, they've probably caught and lynched him.
Pretty soon we'll be in Mexico with all those beautiful greenbacks to spend.
You know, this would be as good a time as any to divide it.
Why?
Well, in case something happened and we got separated or something.
That's just why we ain't gonna divide it.
What do you mean?
You know what would happen if someone was to catch up with us and the shooting started?
Why, I'd stay with you, help you fight them off.
In a pig's eye, you would. You'd run like a suck-egg dog.
Well, Gene, how can you say a thing like that?
Because that's what would happen.
That's gratitude for you.
You just be grateful. I could have took it all. I took all the chances.
Yeah. I guess you did at that. I'm not worried. I know you'll do right by me. Good night, Gene.
nervous. Spookier than I'd ever known him to be. I couldn't blame him. I felt the same way, but he was getting hard to handle.
You people satisfied now?
It was a raw, windy October day, fast coming on toward night. It was plain that the winter snows weren't far away. I couldn't help thinking how good a nice hot cup of coffee would taste.
Well, I know we've been on the trail 3 days, but sitting here ain't getting the job done. Yours can't be too far off now.
It's all right. Hello there, John. You're a long way from home.
Hello, Vint. I might say the same about you. Want a cup of coffee? There's some hot.
In this weather? You kidding?
Didn't see anything of a rider in the past few hours, did you?
It's kind of a lonely stretch of trail back there. I take it you mean a particular rider.
Yes, Vint, he's particular. He's a killer. He don't kill for the reasons most men do. It's like he enjoys it.
I've met that kind once or twice.
Not like Matt Pierce, you haven't. He killed a whole family for a few dollars and a fresh horse.
What?
A whole family, Vint. At a little place a few miles out of Carlsberg. In all my life, I never saw anything like I saw at that little farm.
I guess I never did meet that kind before.
I figure since the bridge over Silver Canyon on the trail ahead's been washed out by all this rain we've been having, Pierce cut out south along the canyon. We'll catch up to him sometime tomorrow.
Do you want me to ride with you, John?
No, thanks. There is something you can do, Vint. Remember Melanie?
Melanie? Of course I do. How is she?
She's married, Vint. Lives on a little ranch not 2 miles from here, north along the canyon.
She was one of the prettiest girls I ever knew. Did she make a good marriage?
Why don't you stop by and say hello? I think she'd be glad to see you.
You didn't answer my question.
I reckon that's a hard question to answer, Vint. She might like the comfort of having you around in case we figured wrong, and Matt Pierce is still hereabouts. Matter of fact, I was going to leave one of the men off there just in case.
What's wrong with her husband?
Well, we've got to be riding, Vint. The way them clouds are gathering, looks like the storm ain't over yet. So long, Vint.
I'm looking for Melanie. Melanie?
Melanie?
Why, what a surprise.
Melanie.
It's been so long, Finn.
5 years.
How have you been?
Just fine, thanks. And you?
Fine. I was down at the barn, putting stock away. Looks like rainstorm's coming up.
More like a thunderstorm. Should strike any minute.
The last time I heard about you were in Arizona.
Guess I haven't got any roots.
I know.
I ran into Sheriff Bronson from over at Carlsberg. He told me you lived over here, and I just thought I'd drop by and say hello.
Yes, the sheriff was by here earlier. In fact, when I saw your horse outside, I was worried that you might be...
Matt Pierce.
We don't have many visitors here. Jim and me. Would you like some supper? I can warm something.
Yes, thank you. I am some hungry.
He's my husband.
What's wrong with him?
He's paralyzed.
How do you manage here all alone?
I have a hired hand. Old Josh. He went down to Eagle Cut this afternoon for supplies. He should be back pretty soon now.
Melanie, does your husband know I'm here? In this room?
Jim doesn't even know I'm in this room.
Melanie? Melanie? Melanie!
That's Eben. I guess the thunder scares him. He's not very smart. Melanie's the only word he ever learned.
I can remember when they might have said that about me.
Junie, come on. What's the matter with you? We're already late for supper. Melanie will be turning in before we get there. Come on, come on.
Oh, what? Anybody want to go and do a thing like that for Junie?
Hope you liked your dinner, Vint.
There's nothing I like better than chicken and dumplings.
Jim's favorite. Or it was. Jim wasn't always the way he is now, Vint. He used to be strong, like you. I guess after you left Carlsberg, I looked for a little bit of you in every man that I met.
Melanie, you don't have to tell me anything you don't want to.
I've got to tell somebody.
All right.
But you know how I used to be. I was very young when I knew you. And I guess I was pretty then.
You still are.
I guess I got too much attention.
Including mine.
Well, about 3 years ago, I met Jim. We fell in love right off. And he asked me to marry him.
What did he do?
He was foreman on a cattle ranch. This place was to be the start of our own little ranch. Then I ruined everything for us.
How could you do that?
Jim went out of town. He was to be gone about a week. Fellow I used to know asked me to the Saturday night dance. You know me, I never could turn down a dance.
I remember.
Well, we hadn't been there very long. He'd had too much to drink, like he always did. I asked him to take me home. When we got outside...
No, Melanie, you ain't serious about leaving the dance. We just barely got here.
Charlie, I asked you to take me home.
Why? Because I've been drinking? That didn't used to bother you so much.
You know things aren't the same anymore, Charlie.
No, I guess they're not. Little Melanie's got herself engaged to a big, strong cow pusher, Jim Carter. But when he's out of town, Melanie comes back to good old Charlie.
I shouldn't have come here with you tonight. Now, please, take me home.
All right. I'll take you home.
Melanie! What are you doing here?
Nothing at all. I just came for the dance.
We didn't mean to rile you, cowboy. Now, did we, Melanie?
You ought to know better, Charlie.
Melanie, I don't know what to say to you. You're gonna be sorry you did that, cowboy.
I'm taking you home, Melanie. Look out, Jim! Get away from me. Leave me alone. I can get up by myself. We'll help you, Jim. We'll get you to the doc.
We took him to the doctor's. But there was nothing old Doc Adams could do. Several weeks passed, and Jim still couldn't move his legs. Doc said that the bullet injured his spine, but that the paralysis was only temporary. It was more of a sickness of his mind than it was of his body. All because of me.
Look, blaming yourself isn't going to help. Maybe what you did was wrong, but certainly the penalty you're paying is too much.
I thought maybe if I could prove to him that I really did love him, it would help. We were married in Carlsbad. About 2 years ago. Came out here to live. Jim said I married him out of pity. Then he just stopped talking altogether. He hasn't said a word now in months. He just keeps staring as though he would die.
Like I got you in here just in time. Yeah, get your clothes off.
Jim, if you could only hear me. Who are you? What do you want?
Well, ma'am, it's storming out.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to find someplace else to stay.
How come he don't ask me to leave? How come he don't say nothing?
He's sick.
Yeah? Sheriff was by here earlier, wasn't he?
Yes, and he'll be back. He knows you're around to...
And I reckon you know who I am.
Yes?
Sheriff ain't coming back. I seen him cutting south along the canyon. Who's down in the barn?
Somebody passing through.
Yeah?
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna see how sick he really is.
Get out of this house.
I don't know he wasn't just sitting there waiting for me to turn my back so he could jump me.
He can't hurt you.
Well, I know that, ma'am, now. I seen lots of men like him in the war. Men couldn't fight no more. They said killing made them sick in the head, that they weren't fit to kill no more. They's wrong. And I showed them how wrong they were. Any man can learn how to kill. I got my first man on my 15th birthday. That's quite a birthday present, wasn't it? Where you going?
Oh, nowhere. I was just...
Is he your man?
Yes?
Then you don't want to do nothing that'd force me to kill him, would you? Morning, I'll borrow me a fresh horse. That'd be the last you see of me. But in the meantime, why don't you and me get friendly?
Please, don't.
Oh, no, now, who's gonna know? That half a man sitting there like a corpse?
Don't touch me.
How long's it been since a real man kissed you?
Don't touch me if you...
That's just what I intend to do.
If you do, I'll scream and it'll come really...
Vince? Vince Bonner?
Don't you touch me again.
I thought pretty girls like being kissed. Scream ought to bring Bonner running. You just stand right over here and keep quiet, and nobody will get hurt.
now get up. Get up. Get away from me. I heard of you, Bonner. But I heard you were smart. Maybe you ain't so smart, Bonner.
Maybe you're right, Pierce.
You heard of me too, huh? I guess everybody knows who I am.
There's a posse not far from here. If you're smart, you'll get on your horse and make tracks.
That's just what I aim to do come morning. And when that posse gets back, I'm gonna be long gone.
What are your plans for us?
Well, I thought I just might make you squirm a little bit. Matt Pierce is going to make the great Vent Bonner squirm. Now, how'd you like that, Mr. Bonner? And then maybe we can sit down and you can tell me a whole bunch of lies about how fast you are with a gun. And then in the morning, I'm going to kill you. Unless between now and then you can figure some way to get this rifle away from me. Some coffee.
Yes, that's what I was going to do.
Well, I like mine strong. How about you, Bonner? Try something like that once more, and I won't wait till morning to kill you.
You better hold on to that rifle. Because I'm going to take you apart.
When that rain stops, I'm gone. You got from now to then. That girl must think a lot of you, Bonner, risking her life trying to get that gun to you. Daylight's come, Bonner. It's time for you and me to take a little walk. On your feet.
Melanie.
dead?
No. He'll live.
Load him up, boys. We're on our way back to Carlsberg. I never thought we'd take him back alive.
What brought you back this way, Sheriff?
Flash flood south. We knew he couldn't have got through that way, so we doubled back. I'm sorry to say we found the body of old Josh by the trail, not far back.
Oh.
Morning, Sheriff. Ben, it looks like Jim's going to be all right now.
Good morning, Melanie.
Morning, Vint.
Good morning, Jim.
Sheriff?
Melanie? See you around, Jim. Well, we got a long ride ahead of us. I guess we better move out. So long, Vint. And thanks.
Thank you. Melanie? Jim, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but Sheriff found old Josh's body on the trail. He's dead.
Oh, Vint.
Everything's going to be all right now, Melanie.
Bright day coming on.
Does look like there's going to be sunshine.
This is still a young country, and like any youngster, it's wild and undisciplined. There are a lot of ways to make a living, right ways and wrong ways. They all have one thing in common: they're dangerous. Take a stagecoach driver, for instance. It's an honest way to make a living, but it's not safe. Kind of hard to say what makes a man pick a profession. There's the gambler. It's not what you'd call a safe line of work either, because his life expectancy isn't very long. Then I knew a fellow once who drove a dynamite wagon. I knew him a very short time. Some people are horse thieves by profession. Out here, they just don't live long at all. I guess it all goes to show you that a man's going to be what he's got to be. Sometimes it doesn't make any rhyme or reason, but there it is. I had an old friend, Doc Kemmer, who was kind of a combination con man, bootlegger, and witch doctor, which wasn't the safest profession, but he'd grown to be a pretty old man, and because of his good nature, was regarded with affection by the people to whom he peddled his cure-all. I ran into him every year or two. And as I pulled up into Prairie City that fall, there he was again.
This here bottle is guaranteed to cure every ill that flesh you there too. And if used around the house, it'll rid your household of every pest from cockroaches, bed bugs, flies, fleas, and poor relations. And furthermore, my friends, for them that's left-handed, I got a special left-handed bottle here, you see? It pours equally well. Left hand, or the right hand. Now, this here bottle, I'm just about to offer you. I ain't asking you $5 for it. I ain't asking you for... hello there, Vint. yeah, folks, you all know Vint Bonner. Just a few years ago, he was so measly, so skinny, so porky, you had to look at him twice in order to see him once. But look at him now. Look at him now. As tall as a pine tree, as tough as an oak, and as agile as an antelope.
Well, that does it.
And do you know, ladies and gentlemen, to what he owes this here personal pulchritude?
Not that belly wash you're peddling.
Oh, hello there, Doc. Yeah, have you come for your free bottle? There you are, Doc. That, my friends, is what you call professional courtesy.
You look like you ought to have some sense. Sometimes I wonder. Paying good money for slop like this that couldn't cure a dog of last year's fleas. Then I figured better from you. You know what you're buying? You got any idea? Cheap alcohol and coloring matter mixed with fast talk.
Now listen to me, Doc.
Anybody needs a drink that bad, I'll be glad to buy him one.
I'd be glad to take you up on that.
Anybody but you.
Temper. That, my friends, comes from too much liver bile poured into the bloodstream. But here's the thing that'll stop it. Just one bottle of old Doc Kemmer's miracle cure. Now, today I'm offering you a special buy. I ain't asking you $5 for this. It's worth 10. I ain't asking you 5, I ain't asking you 4, 3, 2. I'm asking you one measly silver dollar. That's all I'm asking. Step up, folks, step up. I got plenty for all. I tell you, as a special sale today, I'm going to knock the price down to 6 bits. 4 bits. 2 bits. First man that steps up can get a bottle free. I got... Yeah, kind of looks like I'll have to give a supper show to make up for this. When'd you get into town?
Just now. I'll see you later, Doc. Say, promise not to use me as bait, will you?
I want a drink. Like I just told you, I want a drink.
Like I just said, I can't give you no drink. I got orders from Doc Hallop.
Doc Hallop doesn't tell me when to have a thirst.
I'm sorry, Hode. I'm beholden to him.
I'm gonna count to 5. There better be a drink on the bar before I'm through. 1, 2.
Hode. He's not armed.
Listen, Bonner. I don't want no trouble from you.
Looks like he feels the same way about you.
I'll be back.
It looks like I owe you a beer.
Well, if you paid me, you wouldn't owe me.
Come on in, Hode. I know you tried to buy a drink.
A man's got some rights.
Doctor's got duties.
You got a duty to tell the truth.
I told you the truth. I told you this morning.
There ain't nothing wrong with me. Look at them hands. There ain't a man in town I can't break in two.
You won't do any more fighting, Hode.
You're tricking me. On account of Amy.
My sister's got nothing to do with this.
You've been trying to keep us apart. You packed her off to New Orleans.
We've got family there. They wanted to see her. Hode, it's just possible I could be wrong. But you don't have to take my word for it. You could see some doctors in St. Louis.
St. Louis? That'd suit you just fine. To get me out of town before Amy gets back.
All right, then. Stay.
Half alive, half dead like you're making me out? No, sir. I ain't buying, Doc.
It's your life.
Maybe there's no help for me. Maybe you're telling the truth. But if you're lying, somebody could die. Somebody. And it wouldn't be me.
It's Vin Bonner.
Oh, come in, Vin. Come in. Make yourself at home.
Don't tell me you drink the stuff yourself.
Sure, it don't taste so bad when you get used to it. Besides, I've been having them pains.
How long?
Oh, past 3 or 4 months now. Feels like somebody was jabbing a hot poker in my gut.
Maybe you ought to see Doc Hallop.
Not in your tin type. Folks see me going into a doctor's office, I'd never sell another bottle. Here, have a snort on the house. Go on, it's fresh.
I could make a cold water man out of me. Besides, you and I both know it's belly wash, just like the doc said. All it is alcohol and coloring. And what's that you're putting in?
Yeah, that's just quinine. That's to make it taste bitter. Here's the funny thing. Folks ain't got no faith in a remedy less than it tastes bad. All right. That's one of the first things you learn in the druggist trade.
Next, you're going to tell me that you used to be a druggist.
Sure I was. Had my own store back in Illinois, right on the main street, right in the middle of town. Was doing a fine business. Had a good reputation myself, too. And suddenly, you make a mistake. Just one mistake. That's all.
Didn't you ever think of starting over again? In a town like this? Doc Hallop could use a man like you.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I don't need Doc Hallop.
Maybe he needs you.
The other folks needs me more.
Oh, come now, Doc. You know and I know that you are a fake.
Fake? What are you talking about, fake? You got any idea how many folks this here stuff helps? Folks that think they're sick and they ain't, this here makes them feel fine. Then there's folks that doctors give up for lost. This here stuff gives them hope. And Vint, without hope, a man might just as well be dead.
Oh, sure. And then there are the folks who just like to get soused respectable.
Sure. You take like fellas that don't dast go near a saloon because their wives don't hold with drinking liquor. You got any idea how many families this here stuff holds together? Have you got...
Oh. You gotta do something about that pain or you're not gonna hold together.
All right.
Expecting someone, Doc?
You never know. Won't say I was expecting you after the way I cussed you out. Real glad you dropped in. Vint, I'm sorry I had to tie into you. Nothing personal.
Oh, I'm taken.
It just surprised me to see you with that old goat.
Oh, you mean the doc?
Don't call him that in this office. Faker, charlatan, liar, cheat. Call him anything you want, but don't call him doctor.
All right, Doc. I won't call the doc. Sorry.
Nothing to joke about. Man's dangerous. I'd sooner see smallpox in town. It's good to see you all in one piece. How do you do it, Vin?
Oh, I manage. Of course, once in a while I run into some trouble. Say, Doctor, what does it mean if you've got a pain down low, about here?
What kind of pain?
Oh, sharp, tearing. Well, like something's pulling the hinges loose.
How often?
Every few minutes.
Well, it could be almost anything. Obstruction, tumor, inflamed appendix.
Serious?
Coming like that. Severe and frequent. Yes, I would guess it was serious. But you don't look too sick.
No, it's not me.
Then you better tell your friend to come in.
I already have. Oh, thanks. How much do I owe you?
Say, $2 million?
Huh?
Maybe you can do me a favor sometime.
Maybe I can now. I just came from the saloon.
You mean Hode?
Yeah, he's mad, real mad. Thinks you're being real rough on him.
I know what I'm doing.
Doesn't sound like you, though. Just one drink down
He
again.
won't stop with one. He never does. To get himself drunk and go roaring around, I can't let him vent. He's sick.
Bad?
Real bad. His heart.
Oh. Well, thanks again.
I got money to buy. Well, are you going to sell it to me or not?
Sure, I'm going to sell it to you. Ain't nobody never had to make me sell nothing. How many bottles you want?
3.
3, all right. Here you are. Cash on the barrel head, young fella. Right on the barrel head. Yep, you can come up with 6 bits more. This here is $1.25 after office hours. There you are. There.
You're sure this stuff will do what you say?
Sure, I'm sure. I've been using myself for 20 years. Never had nary ache nor pain.
You ain't tricking me. You'd give me your word.
Look here, it's written right here on the bottle. See that? It says it tones up the liver, aids digestion, enriches the blood, fortifies the heart, and regulates the bile. A secret formula handed down through generations of Indian medicine men. What? And I don't guess I left out nothing vital.
Hode? I'm sorry about what happened in the saloon. It actually wasn't any of my business.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Vin.
Has Holt Emery been here?
Oh, Holt Emery?
You know who I mean, the fellow in the crowd that the doc straightened out. Has he been here?
Well, let me see now.
Did you sell him anything?
Huh? Well, you know, now that you mention
Look,
it...
answer me.
What?
Did you sell him any of that hogwash of yours, and if so, how many bottles?
I only sold him 3 bottles. I didn't cheat him or nothing. I just charged him the regular price. What's all the fuss about?
He's liable to get himself drunk.
Well, he's a grown man, ain't he?
He's sick. If he gets drunk, he might die. If he dies, you're in trouble.
Shooting off my mouth like that, I figured it cost me 2 years' practice and free drinks. Where's everybody, Jake? You're not talking much today. Where is everybody?
Oh, I hear they got a game going.
Oh, where?
Holt Emery's store.
Is Holt playing? Well, is he?
Doc, he's mean now. You stay clear of him.
Well, I'll just make that a small $5.
$5 ain't never been small to me.
Gonna get bigger all the time. Gonna weed out the boys before this hand is over. Come on, cowboy. It's only money, that's all.
Well, in that case, I'll see you a 5 and raise you 5.
That's good. That's real good. I sure like a man who knows how to make fun. Well, I'll just make that another 5. We'll have them run for the tall grass.
I'll see you while I can.
Cards.
2. You ain't taking none?
No need to take when you got. Cowboy, I'm going to show you cards that medicine fella don't even know about. Hello, Bonner.
Hi, Hood. Can I see you a moment? I'd like to look at one of your saddles.
Can't help you now. I'm closed for business. Open for pleasure, though. You're welcome to join.
No, thanks.
Anybody got the rheumatism? I got a Doc Hallop. They're scared.
Yeah, well, they're smart. If you were, you wouldn't be drinking that stuff.
Why not? I'm feeling fine. Ain't felt this good in months. Nothing wrong with me.
Doc Hallop says there is.
Doc Hallop is wrong.
Look, Holt.
Bonner, I ain't drunk enough to draw against you.
Nor sober enough either.
Wouldn't matter. I wouldn't stand a chance. But guns ain't the only way to settle things. We'd be pretty near even with our fists. Hey, tell me you're a pretty big man, Bonner. Want to prove it?
I can't fight you, Hood.
Then leave me be. Stay out of my business. What do you got?
3 trays. What do you know? My little tray stand up.
Aces over 8s. Dead man's hand. Hey, Doc. Doc?
You want another? No. Well, it might do you some good. Look, you gotta stop worrying yourself about Hode. There's only so much a man can do.
Doc Kimmer.
He'll kill you, Doc, without even thinking twice. I'm telling you, you stay away from that store. And let me give you another little drink. Here.
Tell him, Doc.
Oh, but I can't.
You've got to. It's an emergency. He could kill himself.
I didn't know that stuff was poison to him.
Doctor? Come on.
Put that bottle down. You heard what I said?
Well, I heard you fine, Doc. I heard you fine. Are you aiming to charge me for this visit, Doc? Any case, you saved me some trouble. I'd have come after you.
You're talking out of the bottle, Hode.
You told me I didn't have a chance. You said there wasn't anything could help.
There isn't.
Well, this stuff's doing pretty good. I feel fine. You lied to me, Doc.
That's not true.
You tried to make a half a man out of me. Couldn't do a whole day's work. Couldn't buy a drink. Couldn't support a wife. Tell him why, Doc.
Because you can't.
Because you were scared I'd marry your sister. Because you don't think I'm good enough for her.
I don't think you're right for her or for yourself. Not until you stop injuring yourself all the time with that stuff. I'm not tricking you, Hode. Every drop you drink.
You're lying. I told you what had happened. Did you lie to me?
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. He's
Put
just
the
trying
gun
to
away,
help
Hode.
you.
All right, Doc, tell him what's in the bottle.
Oh, Vin, don't make me.
Doc, tell him what's in the bottles.
Vin, I can't. It's a secret formula. It took me years to build it up. If he ain't happy, I'll give him back his money.
You can't give him back his life. Now tell him.
Well, it's mostly just alcohol and water and little vegetable coloring, you know, and then some quinine to give it a bad taste.
That's all?
That's all, yeah.
I was feeling so right. I was so sure. You gave me your word. You promised. You said it would help.
I wasn't intentioning to hurt nobody.
You lied. You lied.
Are you all right? I don't know. I can't tell you. Hey, boys, give him a hand.
All that homemade rot good had been drinking, I hardly had to use any chloroform.
Well, tell him when he comes to. And don't try and tell him it wasn't good for something.
Good for fools. Hadn't been for that bullet, he might have been dead. That appendix you were talking about?
Yeah?
Could have ruptured any minute. I took it out when I went after the bullet.
Vince.
Don't try to talk.
Vince, that young fella. He didn't mean no harm to nobody. He was just scared, that's all.
Well, he's not scared anymore.
But how come he ain't...
Plenty of time to ask questions. Be around for quite a spell.
I might have known once you got me down, you'd keep me down.
Well, you won't be down for long, and while you're getting better, you can assist the doctor here.
I don't know nothing about doctrine.
Just so you admit it. I'll get some rest. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, look here. Doc. I ain't got no business no more, you know. I'm not gonna pay for this share. What's this here thing gonna cost?
Nothing.
Nothing?
It's what you call professional courtesy.
Last I heard of Doc Kemmer, he'd turned honest. He'd become a legitimate pharmacist. Of course, he still mixed his own private brew, couldn't stand bar whiskey. He missed that quinine taste.